What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. You know, with all the loss that we've had, we do have, unfortunately, another loss in the wrestling family this week. Took two of our legends away. WWE Hall of Famer Terry Funk passed away at the age of 79 earlier this week. And, you know, I was just like, damn, man, when did Terry Funk passed away first? And then I was like, man, we're going to have to talk about this on this week, which was back at that time next week's show. My apologies for that. And I was just like, well, then the Bray Wyatt news just came and just sucked the air out the room.
Absolutely.
Now, I know Terry Funk obviously was before, the Terry Funk that was young, crisp, active with the Funk Brothers.
Chris?
Whoa.
Chris?
Young?
Okay, I know Terry Funk was born old, but I'm just saying, but listen. But back in the day, like in the 1973, when it was like, you know, the Funk Brothers with him and Dory Funk Jr., when they was when they was in the tag team, known as the Funks, even that's how he was put in the Hall of Fame with him and his brother. We don't know that Terry Funk.
That's true. I just want to clarify. Ain't no shade. Crisp is not a word I would ever think to be like, you know what Terry Funk was? Crisp. Like,
fair.
That man was wild.
So, obviously, if you guys want the more education on the Funk Brothers and with Terry Funk in Japan and Terry Funk, you know, I'm talking about those early days, then obviously we can't do all that podcast. But what the Terry Funk that we know is the Funk You Terry Funk. Mm-hmm. That old hardcore legend Terry Funk that was on WWF as Chainsaw Charlie. That was in ECW when they had the whole chair pile up thing. Mm-hmm. Like, remember that when it legit hit him in the head? And then, what was it? Joey Styles like, can you please stop throwing chairs in the ring?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. You tell people to throw chairs in the ring, and you in the ring, what did you think was going to happen?
Joey Styles said, I mean, obviously, Terry Funk and just Big Foley just sold it, and you know, he
like Mick got out of the ring and Terry just standing straight up. Like, why would you you're not gonna even cover your head?
No. And this man was doing but I don't think people really realize how good of a wrestler Terry Funk was. He wasn't just this car crash test dummy, hardcore, you know.
Oh God.
Dead fish selling old
crash
man.
Test dummy is wild.
Yeah, because
accurate by some folks.
Because you know, like when he get hurt, he was doing that dead fish a little bit before Diva was doing the dead fish, because you know Diva can hit that dead fish, but Terry Funk was like a really good wrestler. You know, Terry Funk didn't start.
Speaking of Diva, real fast, I believe they might be trying to recreate Magic if the rumors are true.
I've heard the same rumors.
Devon can't walk, right?
Devon is about to wrestle.
I was about to say, that's not going to stop him.
Bruh,
him and Bully Ray is about to wrestle on the 1000th episode.
I'm not about to do this for Impact 1000. I'm not about to do this for... Let me tell you how I'm not about to do this for Impact 1000.
That's exactly what it's for.
I know exactly. I'm not about to do this for Impact 1000. Not doing it. That's actually, by the time it records, that's tomorrow night, isn't it?
Devon doing it.
Anyway, did you know that Terry Funk did not bring the moonsault into his arsenal until he was in his 40s?
Did you know Devon didn't bring the 3D until they was in the tag team?
Don't do this part.
That's insane, actually.
Yes. And when you start seeing him and doing the hardcore match and stuff like that, and you start seeing him do the moonsaults on Cactus Jack and all that stuff like that, then that's when it's like, oh man, he's really bringing in these moonsaults. And of course, the Terry Funk that we know or remember was that hardcore style Terry Funk. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about when the hardcore...
The Terry Funk that got chokeslammed out his shoes?
if y'all have not seen it, it's a work of art. Hell in a Cell 1998, Undertaker versus Mankind. After Mankind gets tossed through the Hell in a Cell, when Terry Funk goes in there and tries to buy Mick Foley time, because him and Mick Foley is tight. That's his homie. Yeah. He tried to buy Mick Foley some time, and he get up in Undertaker's face, and when Undertaker just choke slammed him, his body starts convulsing, and he's out his shoes. And I was like, oh my God, Terry Funk got choke slammed out his shoes.
Okay. This sounds like a SNL sketch or something.
No, you didn't ever see it?
No.
No, he got choked out them New Balances.
I'm about to say, out them New Balances, the New Balances was like, I was like, next thing you know, he got choked out. Next thing you know, you just see New Balances in the ring. And we said, how did he get choked out by his shoe?
That's some real OG shit. Imagine going anywhere near a wrestling ring in some New Balances.
That's what you were.
I'm sorry, it just
about comfortability.
It stuck with me. Okay.
What you say, Pryor?
It was about comfortability back then.
You damn skippy about comfortability back then. And still, like I said, and them joints was tied too.
Tight.
Ouch! Now I'm gonna have to go look it up.
That's it, man. Got choke slam out his shoes.
I missed that. I feel like that would have been reposted somewhere, at some point.
Oh, probably because they didn't fly in the air. Probably because they didn't fly in the air or something, you know.
Okay, if they flew in the air, I probably would have been done. I probably would have been done. I wouldn't even focus on Mick Foley, being like, oh my God, is Mankind okay? But I'm like, do you see them shoes fly? And they wanted to go. They wanted to go so far because they inside Hell in a Cell.
It'd have been bad, like the Marty Jannetty reenactments.
Oh, when that girl got blown away.
We still ain't seen her. She's still missing.
And probably know you saw that when Homegirl got blown away, right?
She got blown into the air.
She got blown into the abyss.
Yes.
Like rest in peace to whoever that truly was in real life and the actor. She is going just like them shoes.
Bruh.
So he would wrestle like him and Mick Foley would have these death matches in Japan. And I'm not talking about the shit the Street Profits did. I'm talking about...
So, yeah, because what?
Go ahead.
Come back.
Catch yourself.
Come back.
Catch yourself.
What the fuck was that? I need answers.
They said... Cody said Terry Funk hardcore match, and they said, well, we'll get him... We'll at least get a table.
Stop playing in that man's face.
Now, I'm not saying this... Huh?
Nearby. I'm sorry.
I'm not sitting here saying that we gotta get no C4 out, but I'm just saying.
No,
but,
I mean something
like a kendo stick, maybe.
Bruh.
Do something.
That was not.
Told you after that match, you open up Terry Funk's coffee, you see his ass because he just rolled over.
He ain't get that far yet. I'm just like, why would y'all do that?
Really did.
This match was about as hardcore as somebody grandma taking out her dentures. Come on.
That could be kind of.
Yo.
That could be kind of. But they will fight in Japan. Have the C4, have the barbed wire. They will have some really bloody fights.
That's intense.
Yeah, like if you ever see a Terry Funk and Mick Foley match, how they like Captain Jack will fall off the ladder, get his hair caught in the barbed wire. Fake. No, he used that stuff. Or where he would just show the back toss Terry Funk on the C4 and it'll just explode. He just be doing the shaking and shit like that.
You know how I feel. I've discussed before about how I feel about just excessive hardcore and bloody matches. Just, yeah. Oh God. my lord.
Well, man.
Get ready for All In.
That Stadium Stampede that is coming up. You know, Moxie gonna bleed.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna be. So that time that when he what I remember when he was introduced is when they had him as Chainsaw Charlie in WWF, which I thought was like stupid. You know, I was just like, just be Terry Funk. He wasn't. And then he had his match with Mick Foley or Cactus Jack, whatever persona he was on, and even when in the Royal Rumble, he had the little stocking thing over his face. I was just like, Terry.
Yeah. And then they got
And you know what's funny? They had this movie called Beyond the Mat in 1999. This movie was revolutionary back in those days.
Yeah.
And that's when they were showing Terry Funk, and they was talking about then how he needs to retire. In 1999.
That was
It's a Ric Flair territory.
Like, seriously, I was like, man. They was talking about, like, hey, man, it's not good for your body. Like, it's really time to give it up. And how he just could not let that thing go in 1999.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah. He did ECW in...
Now, I just want to bring up a moment real quick.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny to me, but, like, it should be funny, but, like... And I know it's bad because it happened to him, but, like... Do you remember when the New Age Outlaws put him in a dumpster and then... threw him off the stage?
I do remember that. I do remember when that they said that dumpster on the stage to the point. Remember when they pushed on the stage and then they was like, "Oh shit, this stage was kind of high."
Oh my god! They threw him off. It's like, oh my gosh.
They had locked Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack in the dumpster, and they had tossed off the side of the stage, and and I was like, "Oh, that went down." That had to be about what, 10 feet, 10, 15 feet?
Yeah, it was like, it was hot.
It was hot. I was just like, oh shit, they was in that dumpster, and I was like, yeah.
Here's hoping Mick Foley was on the outside.
Oh, he was in the dumpster.
I mean, just can you imagine? It's like the side that fall first, Terry Funk on that side.
Oh shit!
And here comes Mick Foley tumbling on top of you.
Oh yeah, no,
now I'm finna retire then.
There's probably the dumpster. Hold on, what you're talking about? Hold on, it's going on. That's fucked up.
That is really fucked up.
And I think you just see like Chainsaw Charlie's head just hang out the neck. It's like a real crime scene. I was like, oh man, they just killed that old man.
That's what they want you to. That's what they want you to think.
It's okay to laugh.
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
Like, man, I think Chainsaw Charlie
just
ripped his last chainsaw.
They just killed that old man.
They just killed
nuts.
That old man. And shit, man, that was a moment. That was a moment. I know Prime remembers that very well.
That and when Mae Young got powerbombed off the stage.
Oh, that always be funny to me. That always be funny to me. Mae Young getting powerbombed.
Not be funny.
Say what?
That would never not be funny.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, he had like 2 stints in ECW, but the stint I remember was in the late '90s when he came in there with the Funk You t-shirts and the whole striped pants. That's
him and the phone was Tad Champs.
Yeah, I remember he made that ladder helicopter famous, where he'll put the ladder on his head.
Unfortunately,
you said unfortunately made it famous.
Unfortunately, I hate when people do that.
I guess I found a spot that you don't like.
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just like people don't know how to do it. Like people would do it and then just jerk themselves around and actually hitting people. It's like you're supposed to make sure that you ain't really hitting them. You know, you're supposed to just turn lightly. They turning and like, you know, Dana Brooke did it. You remember when Dana Brooke did it? It was knocking people out.
Oh, yeah.
She's spinning around like Wonder Woman. Girl, ain't nobody tell you to do all of that.
She definitely did do that. They after his ECW run, they tried to do WCW again before they went out of business. You know, the Terry Funk was doing like the independent circles and then sporadic appearances in different from TNA to WWE. Even I think the last time I remember seeing him in WWE was when they were trying to prep Dean Ambrose for his hardcore match against Brock Lesnar in 2016 when he was just like, you know, use a chainsaw, and I was just like, oh man, all this build up for that terrible match. I was just like, remember, Brock hates Dean Ambrose.
I say it don't matter what he would have did. Brock Lesnar would have still been like, are we done here?
Yeah.
Let's get him out of here.
Yeah, I don't know what he did because Brock perfectly fine with everybody else.
I would like to know what he did as well. Like what
he probably
happened?
said, you know what, Brock? He probably said, you know what, Brock? I'm gonna make you bleed. Brock said, what?
No, there's no way he said that. He said, I'm gonna bleed.
I don't even know if that's the.
Brock said, I'm not getting that over me. Okay. all this chainsaw shit from Terry Funk you see, we ain't having that. We not see forward it. All that CZW shit that used to do John Moxley. Yeah, no, we not doing this shit. You gonna take these suplexes?
Yeah, like Brock was John Moxley. Come on now.
You gonna take these suplexes on these chairs, and you gonna have to payday. The end.
I don't know. He really don't fuck with Bull.
He don't. But later on, he started getting sick. He had hernia surgery, and then he had in 2021 he was diagnosed with dementia. I believe he had to in an assisted living facility, and it was just kind of like downhill from there, and it was just like very unfortunate. They were in the Hall of Fame class of 2009. I like when they showed the Hall of Fame class. I was like, somebody doesn't belong here. But I'm like, I'm not going to point out my people. You know what I'm saying? But
is that the one with Coco Beware?
That's the one with Coco Beware there, boy.
I was trying not to.
The Hall of Fame class of 2009. Can I just read it off to you?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. And then I'm
just know, is the celebrity more notable than Coco?
You said is the celebrity known more? What?
Is the celebrity more known than Coco?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
You sound confused.
Oh, okay. No, this one doesn't. I see what you're saying. This class does not have a celebrity.
Oh, okay.
So let me read off the class to you guys of 2009. And since we're talking about Terry Funk, we're gonna start with we got the Funks, Terry and Dory Jr. The Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Howard Finkel, who by the way opens up my podcast. Cowboy Bill Watts.
Okay.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Jesus.
And to round out that class is Coco Beware.
See, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
You probably shouldn't. You probably should. That was. It's like that's like an elite class. I'm just like, but I just can't get this speck of dust off this trophy. You're talking about me like buff it up.
Pepper.
Oh. See that you went there. I wasn't even going there.
Wait. Okay. So I'm just not understanding how we got to that point.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that was the class of 2009.
Not like the other.
And I'm just like, we have a lot of other talented of our people in there. But I was like, but Coco Beware. I mean, to the point they had to get the honky tonk man to put him in the Hall of Fame. But
you didn't get the bird.
He did come in there with the bird. You didn't see the thing?
I'm saying the bird didn't induct him.
No, stop that, Brian.
Whose dark side was he just on?
A couple of them. He was on the Junkyard Dogs.
Okay.
I think that was it.
Yeah, because I was like, which one? I should have known.
I'm about to say they don't need it for nothing else. They said we need black wrestlers other than Tony Atlas.
Hey, go get us another black.
But anyway, so when I heard about the news, it was very unfortunate. I know Terry Funk was sick for a minute, but Terry Funk always in my later wrestling always brought me some great entertainment. And I do recommend if you guys are like diehard wrestling fans like me in prime time, and you guys want to watch some good Terry Funk stuff, go check out his tag team run and the things that he was doing in the territories back in the day, back in those early 80s. If you want to see some Terry Funk stuff there, if you want to see the entertaining, screaming hardcore Terry Funk and like some brutal stuff, watch some Japan stuff. You can watch some of his later stuff when he gets a little bit older. And this man will start pulling out moonsaults.
Did he ever do Icons? Or like,
I'm not sure if Terry Funk did Icons or not.
I just could not place it. I was like, I can't remember.
No, I can't remember if he did Icons or not. So,
I was listening to this. It's not Terry Funk later, but it kind of is. Watching this podcast and like they were talking about wrestlers, and it's this guy. So there's this wrestler whose real name is Terry Bronk. And it's like, are you sure you don't mean Terry Funk? It's like not Terry Bronk. It was like. So there's another guy pretending to be Terry Funk. It was like a whole like segment, like a bit. But now every time they say Terry Bronk, they don't even say his real name. They just say Terry Bronk and Sabu. But they just say, "You mean Terry Funk, Terry Bronk," and then they just go off with it every time they say Sabu. So it's just funny to me now. Every time I hear Terry Funk, I think of Terry Bronk. So I don't know. It's weird.
Wow. Rest in peace to Terry Funk. Our condolences go to his family. Like I said, he lived a life. We just seen that a lot of folks won't be able to get a chance to live the life.
Yeah, he lived longer than a lot of wrestlers you see.
A lot of wrestlers you see. So I mean, for a wrestler's career, man, I'm glad he was able to do it his way.